This is Mike Finnerty of the Sure West Sports Show. The following video clip is brought to you by the Sure West Sports Show, airing on SureWestSports.com.
As you might expect, we're going to begin this week's highlights with the much-anticipated Division II Section Football Championship game and a rematch of their zero-week contest. They had the Folsom Bulldogs taking on the Grant Pacers Friday night from the campus of Sacramento State University. These two teams came into the game a little banged up, with Folsom star quarterback Dan O'Grave suffering a knee strain in their game last week against Viewhawk Colony, while Grant's pair of superstars in Shaq Thompson and Ferris Lang both nursed ankle injuries. Rain was in the forecast, but it stayed away for this big battle, and of course the crowd came in droves as an estimated 20,000 packed the stands. The captains met at center field for the coin toss, and after that it was time to play ball. Folsom got the ball to start the game, but the Grant defense held strong, and then a short time later they turned that first possession into points with this 24-yard field goal by Charlie Vu, putting Grant on the board up 3-0. On Folsom's second possession of the game, they shook off the cobwebs and got to work through the air as Graves hits Jordan Richards down the right sidelines, as Richards would take it all the way for the 43-yard touchdown pass, but after a botched extra point attempt, Folsom would take a 6-3 lead midway through the first quarter. The Folsom lead would last for only 2 minutes because Grant would come right back with yet another field goal by Vu, tying the game at 6-6, and that would be the score after 1 quarter of play. We go now to the second quarter, where the play of Folsom's defense really started to make an impact. This sack by Folsom's Trevor Jones was followed 2 plays later by this big stop by number 11 Burton DeConing, which had the group all fired up. That would then lead to the Bulldogs getting the ball back, and once again it was Graves to the air. This time he finds Corey Babineau on the slant, and from there it's Babineau who does the rest to complete the 30-yard touchdown play, putting Folsom up 13-6. But Grant kept pace with Folsom, and they would do so here as Shine goes back to pass and finds Shaq Thompson on the left side of the end zone as Thompson hauls it in for the 23-yard score, and now we're back to being tied, this time at 13-all, still early in the second quarter. Midway through the second, Folsom was once again moving the ball down the field, taking it all the way to the Grant 14, but that tough Pacer defense stood strong and held Folsom on a 4th and 4 play to keep this game still locked up at 13-all. Again, Folsom's defense was making big plays, and so was Jordan Richards, who did it all night long, like this play he made here on Thompson in the backfield, as it was symbolic of how Folsom played on the defensive side of the ball. Folsom looked to finish off the first half with one more score, and they would do it behind the arm of Graves, who finds Richards for the positive yardage. That play is followed by a completion to Tyler Trocine, and then it's Graves to Trocine again, taking the ball down to the Grant 5 with 23 seconds left to play in the half. Folsom capped off this impressive drive with Graves to Trocine one more time, this for the score that would put the Bulldogs up at the break by a count of 20-13. The momentum Folsom had late in the first half just continued into the second half of this contest, and once again you see Graves to going to Trocine for the touchdown, giving Folsom their biggest lead of the night at 27-13. Grant cut the lead to 27-20 on a Shine TD pass, but late in the third, the pivotal play in the ballgame took place, and guess who would deliver? Yes, it would be Graves, and this time on the ground as he keeps the ball, takes it around the left side, and before you know it, he is off and running down the sidelines for a 63-yard touchdown, and that would put Folsom up now by a score of 34-20, and the writing seemed to be on the wall for the Grant Pacers because there was no stopping the red-hot Folsom offense. The fourth quarter was just more Folsom defense as they continued to stop the Grant offense time and time again as the clock just ticked away. With the game just about over and Folsom running the ball to run down the clock, Graves would add one final Folsom score on this 23-yard run up the left side as he points to the sky, and what a way to cap off this game. Graves would finish the game with 6 touchdowns, 4 by air and 2 on the ground, to go with 289 yards passing and 146 yards rushing, as Folsom takes this one by a final of 41-20, giving the Bulldogs their first section title since 1990, their first under head coach Chris Richardson, and then we make up for that 0-week loss to Grant, and now they are headed to a December 18th State Bowl game in Carson, California. What a night it was for the Bulldogs, and here's what some of those happy Bulldog players and coaches had to say. Tyler Trocine, section champs, how you feeling?
Oh, words can't even describe, man. Oh, it's amazing. It's a thrill ride. We've been dreaming about this since we were little boys. We all played together for a while, and oh my gosh, we're going to state.
Dan O'Graves, section champs. Grant got you the first time around. You got him back. Talk about your feeling now as really you guys going to be heading to state.
Yeah, hopefully we'll go to state and we'll bring that ring home for Sacramento. But they got us the first game. I think the hype got to us, but we showed tonight that we're a better team than we showed in week 0. So we did well tonight. And I'm happy for my team. I'm happy for my coaches, and I'm proud that we could put a smile on the fans of Folsom and the community.
Well, section champs, and you had a big game in particular. How you feeling right now? Because I know this is the one you really wanted.
I mean, it feels great. I mean, all the work that the senior class has put in since we were in 3rd grade playing Pop Warner football, it's like icing on the cake. I mean, everything we've worked for.
We'll talk about the play of Dano, your offense, because he didn't look like he had any knee problems tonight.
Dano's knee felt fine. In fact, the only thing when he started kind of complaining, it was a cramp. And he played his butt off. He knew he felt good. Our O-line played their butts off. And, in big games like this, you need your big game players to step up. And Tyler and Jordan and, Corey didn't get as many touches, but, man, he did everything he needed to do on defense. It was just a great overall team game.
Lastly, real quick, on the state, talk about your thoughts heading to Southern Cal.
Oh, what a reward.
Yeah.
I would have been happy enough with the section championship, but now the opportunity to go down and represent the Sacramento area and play in the state championship, that's the icing on the cake, man. That's fantastic.